Let me ask you something. When was the last time you admitted you were wrong? Really wrong. Not that corporate, I apologize if anyone was offended nonsense, but the real thing, I screwed up, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm doing. Can't remember? That's because you think weakness is death. But Seneca knew better. The Stoics knew better. Only slaves hide their wounds. You wake up every morning and put on your mask, the competent one, the one who has answers. You check your phone, scroll through everyone else's highlight reel, and think, better make mine look good too. So you post the win, the promotion, the perfect Sunday brunch. Meanwhile, inside, you're bleeding. But God forbid anyone sees the blood. Here's what kills me. We've turned strength into a costume, a performance. Like we're all auditioning for the role of person who has their shit together. And the audition never ends. You perform for your boss, your partner, your kids, the barista at Starbucks. You're method acting your own life. Seneca wrote, "Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new to the old and finds comfort there." You know what's old? Being human, having doubts, getting scared, failing. These aren't bugs in the system. They're the system. But we keep trying to debug ourselves, optimize ourselves, like we're apps that need updating. You want to know what real strength looks like? It's the CEO who stands up in the board meeting and says, "I made the wrong call, cost us millions. Here's how I screwed up." It's the parent who tells their kid, "I don't know the answer to your question, but let's figure it out together." It's admitting you're seeing a therapist. It's crying at your desk and not pretending it's allergies, but no, we've got it backwards. We think strength is never bleeding, so we become these walking pressure cookers. All that fear, doubt, confusion, where do you think it goes? It doesn't disappear. It ferments. It turns into something toxic, and then one day, boom, you explode. Or worse, you implode, quietly, privately, where nobody can see. The Romans had this concept, gravitas, weight, substance. We translate it as dignity or seriousness, but that misses the point. Real gravitas comes from carrying your full weight, including the weight of your failures, your fears, your inadequacies, not hiding from them, not pretending they don't exist. Carrying them. Think about it. Who do you trust? The person who never admits a mistake, or the person who says, "Yeah, I've been there, here's how I messed up"? Who do you want to follow? The leader who pretends they have all the answers, or the one who says, "I'm figuring this out too"? Seneca knew this in his bones. Here's a man who was advisor to Nero. Yeah, that Nero, the one who burned Rome. Talk about a tough gig, and what does Seneca write? "I am not ashamed to confess my ignorance of what I do not know." This from one of the most powerful men in the empire. He's not posturing, he's not protecting his image, he's telling the truth. But we can't do that, can we? We're too invested in the lie that we're invulnerable, that we've transcended human weakness, that we're different from everyone else who struggles, special, immune. Above it all, you know what's exhausting? Maintaining that lie. It's a full-time job. You wake up tired because you spent all night worrying about being exposed. You go to bed tired because you spent all day keeping up appearances. And for what? So people think you're strong? They don't. They think you're distant, untouchable, inhuman. Real connection happens in the cracks, in the moments when the mask slips, when you accidentally tell the truth, when you let someone see the mess. That's when people lean in. That's when they say, "Me too." That's when the walls come down. But we're terrified of those moments. We run from them. We've got a million strategies to avoid them. Stay busy. Stay productive. Stay positive. Stay anything but real. Because real is messy. Real is uncomfortable. Real doesn't photograph well. Seneca put it perfectly. It is a shameful thing to be weary of inquiry when what we search for is excellent. What we're searching for is authenticity, real connection, the ability to exist without pretense. That's excellent. But the inquiry, the process of getting there, it's brutal. It requires dismantling everything you've built to protect yourself. You think vulnerability is weakness? Try being vulnerable. Try telling your team you're overwhelmed. Try admitting to your partner that you're scared about money. Try posting about your failures instead of your successes. That takes guts. That takes real strength. Any coward can hide behind success. It takes courage to stand naked in your failure. The market crashed in 2008. How many executives stood up and said, "We gambled with your money and lost"? How many said, "We got greedy and stupid"? Almost none. They hid behind jargon, blamed market conditions, acted like it was a natural disaster instead of human error. And we're still paying for that lie. Because lies compound. They accumulate interest. When you can't admit weakness, you can't learn. When you can't show vulnerability, you can't grow. You're stuck in your armor, getting smaller and smaller inside it while pretending to be bigger and bigger. It's a tragedy, a slow-motion catastrophe. Kids get this. Watch a 5-year-old. They fall down, they cry, they get up, they don't know something, they ask, they're scared, they say so. They haven't learned yet that these are shameful things. They haven't been taught to perform strength. They just are. Somewhere along the way, we learn the performance. We learn that tears are weakness, questions are ignorance, fear is failure. And we spend the rest of our lives unlearning it, or trying to. Most of us never do. We die in character, still performing, still pretending we had it all figured out. Seneca faced exile. He faced poverty, he faced a death sentence from a psychopathic emperor, and through it all, he wrote honestly about fear, about loss, about uncertainty, not from a place of weakness, but from a place of truth. The willing, destiny guides them, he wrote. The unwilling, destiny drags them. You can go willingly into your vulnerability, or you can be dragged there by life, because life will strip you bare eventually. Loss, illness, failure, they're coming for all of us. You can practice being vulnerable now, or you can wait for life to make you vulnerable. Your choice. The power in vulnerability isn't that it makes you weak. The power is that it makes you real. And real is the only thing that can connect with real. Everything else is just two masks talking to each other, saying nothing, meaning nothing, changing nothing. So here's my question. What are you hiding? What truth are you running from? What admission would set you free? Because until you can say it out loud to someone, anyone, you're carrying it. And it's heavy. Heavier than you think, heavy enough to break you. The strongest people I know are the ones who've been broken and admitted, who wear their scars like maps of where they've been, who can say, "This is where I fell apart," without shame. Because shame is the real enemy, not weakness, not vulnerability. Shame. Drop the act, tell the truth, fall apart if you need to. That's where the power is, not in the fortress you've built, but in the courage to leave it, to stand in the open, to be seen. That's what Seneca knew. That's what the Stoics understood. That's what we've forgotten in our rush to appear invincible. We've confused performance with power, but real power, the kind that changes lives, that moves mountains, that lasts, comes from the courage to be exactly what you are, human, flawed, vulnerable, real. Stop hiding, start living. The world needs your truth more than your performance.